Hey, in today's video, I want to talk about the stuff you're told not to learn as a bass player. I'll see you inside the video. Hey, it's James here from eBassGuitar, and over the last couple of weeks I've been focusing on some of the bad advice that I was given when I was just starting out as a rookie bass player with my career in the early 2000s. I distinctly remember one player saying to me, "You don't want to bother with all of that clever stuff, just focus on the stuff that makes the money. That stuff is a complete waste of time." So in today's video, I want to give you my take on that advice. So just before we get going, I've got a quick favor to ask. I was absolutely staggered to discover a couple of weeks ago that 80% of people who watch the eBassGuitar YouTube channel are not subscribed to it. My aim over the next 6 months is to get this down to 50%, because the more people who subscribe to the channel, the more bass players we can reach and the more great educational content we can make and get into the hands of more bass players. So I would love to ask you, can you hit that red subscribe button, which is somewhere around this video, and also the bell icon too, and that will mean you'll be the first to know when a new lesson goes live, and we'll also get this channel into the hands of more bass players too. Just one last thing, there's also a completely free PDF that comes with this lesson, which will show you everything we're discussing today written out in standard notation and tab. You can grab your free copy by clicking the link, which is in the description below. So that advice I was given earlier, which was effectively stay down the business end where the money notes are, that's where you'll earn a living. I took to my classical double bass teacher at the time, the great virtuosic player Leon Bosch, and asked him, should we learn the more advanced techniques if we're not using them on a day-to-day basis? He said something that stuck with me forever, which was absolutely yes, because the greater command of the instrument you have all over, the better your playing will be down there where you're earning the money. So what I want to do today is show you something that I practice when I'm by myself, that I mess around with just having fun when I'm at home. I never use this kind of thing on a gig, but it's really helped my knowledge of the instrument and harmony in general. So we're going to look at a pattern which uses major and minor six and bounces off the open strings. So here's the lick I'm going to show you using those major and minor six. I hope you can take the concepts that we're going to discuss today and start doing your own thing with them to build your command and knowledge of the bass guitar. Here goes. So you may already be familiar with the concept of creating bass lines or using major and minor thirds like this. The great thing is we can take similar ideas and create bass lines using major and minor six. So today I'm going to show you an exercise or groove which uses the harmonization of the A7 or A Mixolydian scale. Now don't worry if you don't understand that terminology or the theory behind it just yet. What I want to do is get you really familiar with the two shapes on the fretboard which give us our major and minor sixth shapes. So the first shape I want to show you is the major sixth shape. So what I want to do is play an A at the 12th fret on the A string, and then an F sharp at the 11th fret on the G string, like so. And I want you to use your second and first finger in your fretting hand. So that is our major sixth shape. Now we can get our minor sixth shape by playing the same A root, and then an F on the G string like that, and crucially use the fingering 3 and 1 here. So go from the major shape to the minor shape like that. So that's the first thing I want you to practice. So let's have some fun with it. What we're going to do is we're going to bounce off the open string and play these in groupings of 3. Now in the PDF that comes with it, I'm going to notate the major with a little triangle, that's a common shape, and the minor with an M2, so you can tell the difference between these two shapes. So the first pattern I want you to start off with is I want you to play the open A, hammer the octave, and then hit the major sixth up like that. So that's our first grouping of 3. Now let's go into the next grouping of 3. I want you to go back, hammer on the open A, or play the open A rather, hammer onto the G, like that with the second finger, and then go to an E like that, and that is our major shape again. So we're remaining the same shape there. So let me play the first two. Slowly. Up to speed. So this is a 2-bar bass groove. We've learnt the first half of the first bar, which sounds like this. Now it's time to integrate the minor 6th shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the open A, hammer onto an F sharp with our 3rd finger, and then play a D on the G string. So this is the pattern slowly. And then the final pattern is going to an open A, and then the major 6th shape, playing an E, and then a C sharp there. So put those last two together. Up to speed. Now let's put all 4 of those patterns together. Really slowly. Now up to speed. So what I want to do now is play that first bar in context with the drum machine so you can hear it in action. So let's go into the second bar of the groove. Now the second bar starts with the same 6th shape that we just finished on. So that's the open A, the E, and then the C sharp. So that's the major 6th. Now strictly speaking, if we were to follow the harmonization of the A mixolydian scale, the next shape would be open A, D, C sharp like that, a major one. So but the point of this is to make music and have fun out of it. And I really like the sound of using a minor 6th shape there. It sounds really interesting. So I'm going to throw that in this exercise here. So the first major 6th shape is this. And then to the minor 6th. Like that. See how it sounds different? I really, really like that sound. So it's an open A, a D sharp, and a B like that. Then to go into the rest of the pattern, we're going to play another minor 6th shape. So we're going to play open A, C sharp, and A there. And then to finish off, we're going to play the open A, and then a B, and then the open G. And so that's technically a minor 6th shape. And what you'll notice is this is actually a really great technical exercise too, because it's much, much harder to keep the sound cleaner when you're down in the lower frets like this. So let me slowly play the second bar. It sounds like this. And again. Now up to tempo. All the time focusing on trying to keep the sound as clean as possible, no notes ringing on. So we have the whole of the pattern now. I'm going to demonstrate it all the way through to you in just a second. So just before I do the demo, I really want to impress on you to have some fun with these ideas and really play around with the different major and minor 6ths. This is all about making music and exploring and having fun. This stuff, by and large, you'll never use on a gig, but at home will just give you that most amazing command of the instrument and take your knowledge when you're playing your normal bass lines, your regular grooves, to that next level. So let's hear this all the way through up to tempo. So guys, that's the end of today's video. Make sure you grab that PDF, but more importantly, please hit the red subscribe button and help us reach our target of getting it down to 50% of people who watch this channel are subscribed. That will help us out more than you know. So hit that red button, which is somewhere around the video, and of course the bell icon too. Cheers, I've been James from eBassGuitar.com, and I will catch you next week.